So from Frontlines to Homefront, right?
Yeah, it's actually a new IP for us, so it's not a sequel to Frontlines, it's a totally new game. We really wanted to explore what this idea of fighting in your hometown was like. So we wanted to bring the game to the USA and really explore this unique setting. So we're actually working with John Milius, who you might know from movies like Apocalypse Now, and a writer-director on Red Dawn, and he's helping us craft this world and making it feel really unique and authentic.
So in terms of gameplay, what does that mean that you're fighting on your home front?
Sure. So, I mean, you might have seen in our demo here, you see a lot of intense first-person action and cinematic, combat. So we've also got that, that gameplay variety you can expect. So there's a lot more than just shooting in this game. You'll be able to control vehicles. You'll be able to even fly aircraft. Because we're 20 years in the future, we've taken a lot of the technology that the military is developing today, and we're kind of projecting what it would be in 20 years and giving you access to those tools.
And also, what has happened to the world? Why is the US occupied?
So in our world, we had an energy crisis, and so that's basically caused this huge global depression and kind of collapse of a lot of government structures that you would normally expect to be present. In addition to that, the U.S. has become occupied by the Koreans. So in our world, North Korea has actually become a major nuclear power and taken over South Korea, become a huge regional force. How they managed to actually occupy the United States is one of the mysteries, though, that you'll get to unravel throughout the course of the single-player game.
So something very cool in the demo was something called the Goliath. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what role it plays in the game?
Sure, yeah. So the Goliath is one of our cool, advanced military hardware that the player is going to be able to use in the game. And it's basically a six-wheeled unmanned combat vehicle. And what it does is it responds to the player's orders. So the player can give it targets to attack, and it will take out high-value targets for you. You can also use it for mobile cover, so it provides a lot of interesting gameplay opportunities. And it's actually just one of the few pieces of hardware that you'll have access to in the game. There's quite a wider variety. That's the only one we're showing today in this demo.
You have really a foundation in multiplayer gaming. Can you tell us something about the multiplayer component of the game?
Right. I would love to tell you a lot more about the multiplayer game. We're not actually releasing any of the details right now, but I can tell you that it will be a large-scale warfare game. So it's going to be more than just an infantry-only shooter. And you're going to be able to use vehicles, and there's going to be a lot of players. So what we've tried to do really is bring the intensity and the pacing of a first-person infantry game to the large-scale warfare experience. So we're actually really excited to work on multiplayer. We have playtests every day in the studio. We play it all the time. And when we roll it out, we'll definitely be giving you guys a call and make sure that you get a lot of information about it.
So the first-person shooter genre is very crowded. There's very tough competition. What would you say is the one thing that makes Homefront stand out in your opinion?
Well, it's actually more than one thing. There's three big things actually that we're really trying to focus on. One is that unique setting, because we're fighting in America, and this is a setting that you really haven't explored in a lot of games yet. And we want to deliver more than just that combat experience. So you're going to see what civilian life is like under the occupation. You're going to see more of what America is like after this energy crisis. And we feel like that's a pretty big differentiator for us. Another one is that intense cinematic action combined with in-game storytelling. So it's more than just shooting everything that moves. You actually have a plot that, the characters that pull you through the game, as you might have seen in our demo, characters that talk to you, that you look at you, and you react to you. So we're trying to pair up that, that tight immersive storytelling with that intense action. And the third thing, is that those unique military pieces of hardware and toys, like the Goliath that we showed you today. So there's, those are just, the three big things for the single-player game. And of course, there's quite a number of big features from the multiplayer product, that we're not talking about this time.
So the demo looked very polished. What stage of development are you at, and when do you aim to have it ready?
So actually, we're still fairly early in development. We've been working on it for a year, but there's still a fair bit of time to go. So we're not announcing the final ship date yet, but we use this demo to basically set the quality bar and set the the tone for the game that we're trying to perpetuate across the single-player game. So you can definitely expect this level of polish in the final product.
Thank you very much for your time.
Great, thanks very much.